Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Mayo Adeyemi, here with the USA, and today we are starting with a statistic that should honestly keep every entrepreneur awake at night. As we head through 2026, a staggering 90% of small and medium enterprises get rejected when they apply for business financing. 9 out of 10, no USA.
90%. That is an absolute graveyard of ambition, Mayowa. It means only 10% of those late nights, those business plans written in sweat, actually make it past the lender's desk. And people always blame the economy or high interest rates, but the real diagnostic story is usually much more internal. It is in the paperwork.
Precisely. It's not some grand conspiracy. It's often as basic as a weak business plan. Many entrepreneurs treat a business plan like a school assignment. They copy and paste some template, throw in some vague market research, and expect the bank to hand over millions. If you can't show exactly how that money translates into revenue and how that revenue pays back the principal plus interest, you are dead in the water. Lenders spot fantasy numbers a mile away.
Fantasy numbers is the exact phrase. I've seen projections that look like a straight line up to the sky. No seasonal dips, no competitor reactions, just immediate vertical hockey stick growth. It's what I call a spreadsheet fairy tale. But let's look at the actual mechanism of lending. A banker's entire job is risk mitigation. When they see a hockey stick with zero historical basis, they don't see ambition. They see a borrower who doesn't understand their own market.
Exactly. And that brings us to the second massive red flag: lack of skin in the game. I cannot tell you how many times a business owner walks into my office wanting 100% debt financing. They want the bank to take all the risk while they keep all the upside. In the real world, lenders want to see you put down 10 to 30% of the total project cost from your own pocket.
10 to 30%. If you're asking for 100 million naira, you need to bring 10 to 30 million of your own money to the table. That represents commitment. If you aren't willing to risk your own savings on your vision, why should a traditional bank risk theirs? It's about alignment of incentives.
Exactly. If you have no skin in the game, it's very easy to walk away when things get tough. But let's talk about where the real chaos hides: the books. Olua say, you've seen this. If your financial records look like a toddler went wild with a crayon, lenders will run for the hills.
A toddler with a crayon is putting it gently, Mayowa. I've seen businesses keeping track of millions in transactions using WhatsApp chat histories and faded paper receipts stuffed into shoeboxes. When you ask for a simple profit and loss statement, a balance sheet, or a cash flow statement, they start sweating. But clean books are the ultimate trust builder. They prove you respect your own numbers.
Absolutely. Without an updated cash flow statement, you don't even know if you are actually profitable or just busy. And the lender looks at that chaos and thinks, if they can't manage their bookkeeping, how will they manage my capital?
This connects so deeply to what I believe is the absolute #1 reason for rejection, and it's something no algorithm can fix. It's the total lack of relationship and trust. Entrepreneurs often treat banks like emergency room doctors. They only show up when they are bleeding cash and desperately need an infusion.
Ah, that is an incredible analogy. The emergency room approach. Help me, I'm dying, give me money. But a credit committee is not an ER. They want to know who you are long before you ask for a kobo. They want a history of transactions, a track record of reliability. You need to build the relationship when you don't need the money.
Yes, it's about building a bridge before you need to cross the river. You start small. You open a business account. You run your daily revenues through it. You meet the branch manager. You ask for their advice. By the time you actually submit that loan application, you aren't just a cold piece of paper or a high-risk score to them. You are a familiar face with a visible history of transaction integrity.
And you must also understand that not all lenders are created equal. Applying for a loan at the wrong institution is like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Different banks have different appetites for risk. Some specialize in agricultural financing, Some love trade and commerce. Others won't touch startups with a 10-foot pole. If you don't do your homework on what a specific lender actually wants, you are just wasting your time and hurting your credit score with constant hard inquiries.
That is such an important point. We have to stop viewing funding as a one-off desperate transaction. It is a long-term partnership. When you change your mindset from, how do I trick this bank into giving me money, to, how do I present a mutually beneficial business opportunity, everything changes. Your documentation becomes tighter, your conversations become more transparent, and suddenly, you find yourself in that elusive 10% that actually gets approved.
Spot on, Oluwase. Financial freedom and business growth are not built by chance. They are built through knowledge, discipline, and strategic preparation. Don't let your business be part of that 90%. Clean up your books, put your own skin in the game, and build those relationships early.
Well said, Mayowa. Let's make 2026 the year we turn those rejection statistics around. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next episode.